And believe in the Old Testament and the stories in the Old Testament. There is the story of Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph was not a Kuwaiti.
Yeah,
He was
sure.
not from the Gulf.
Sure.
His family did not have oil,
Sure.
did not have assets in London, did not have investments in the United States of America, did not have no sovereign fund. As a matter of fact, he had 10, 11, 12. Make sure you subscribe to P-Love
TV. Please subscribe.
He feels so depressed. He feels his career, physically, psychologically, everything about him, he feels so depressed. So now for someone who has gone to prison for what he or she didn't do and out, what advice would you give to such a person? Is it a moment to feel all hope is lost?
Of course not, because this life, we only live once.
Yeah, sure.
Consider your time in prison just a chapter of your life that has passed away. That's all you have to think about it. Don't think about, I understand the past sometimes is part of our present because you think about it, because the consequences still follow you anywhere you go. But always think that, okay, this is only a figment of the past. Something happened. You cannot undo what's been done. It's done. It's time to close that chapter, close the book, and start writing your own new chapter, your own new book. With something positive this time. Don't go and rob somebody. Don't go say, well, they take me as a criminal, therefore let me just go rob a bank. I might as well. Well, they treat me this way, I might as well just become one. No. If you have pride in who you are, if you have respect for who you are, if you think you have abilities, if you think you have talent. If you don't have talent, it's not too late. You can still work on one or two. It's not too late to start a talent or to build and enhance whatever ability you have already, be it painting, be it being a musician. I used to play the music. I used to play something called the mandolin, the oud. And after 14 years, stopping because I was in prison, that's the first thing I did when I came back. Now, I play the instrument like before and better. Why? Because it's a matter of practice.
Okay.
Again, I teach people English today through my channels. I teach them Spanish through my channels. I teach them sign language through my channels. I teach them how to play the oud through my channels. I tell them a story about my experience in prison. I don't tell them in a bad way. I don't tell them in a sad way where everybody start crying, even though there are some tragic moments. But I give them as an upbeat. Hey man, I see some crazy stuff. Wow, check this out. What happened one day, the other day. Blah, blah. I give you a laugh. I give you this and that. So try, if you can, being a prisoner or an ex-prisoner, to monetize this experience. Monetize this experience meaning, get you an iPhone, get you a YouTube channel, and record and tell people what you saw there. Listen, man, I've seen some crazy stuff. Let me tell you what happened the other day. And post it twice a week. Don't say I have nothing. You have. You have a story to tell. You've seen other stories. All you gotta do is hit the record button and talk. Promise you, just like people are interested in hearing my story, others will be interested in hearing your story, and I'll be one of them too.
This is good. This is good. Rewrite the chapter. Like he said it's just a chapter. Whatever has happened in the past is just a chapter. You have to rewrite your own story. Thank you so much for that. Now, I want to know, I don't know about Kuwait, but I know where I came from, Nigeria and some other countries. When you have an ex-convict, there's kind of this kind of stigma. I don't know, do you experience such? Are you being stigmatized because of that?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't know about that. I know exactly the stigma word. I know what it means. Anywhere I go in Kuwait from day one, anywhere I went, everybody want to take pictures with me.
Are you serious?
Everybody want, I sold tens of thousands of books. Thousands of them, people wanted my autograph on them. And I'm very humbled, I'm very honored. I feel special that people treat me kindly. I believe I am a good person. I have my own shortcomings, but people understand. They are on my side of this story. They know America, as much as we see in Hollywood, is a great country, but also it has its own shortcomings, especially in the justice system. Anywhere I went in Kuwait, or 99.9% of the comments that come to me through YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, 99.9% of them are positive. So, never been stigmatized. I, alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah, broke that rule. You can still go to prison and you still can come out of it and become a celebrity.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. I also want to find out from you. Let's bring it home now. You have a wife and children, and how were they able to cope while you were there? Or now you are out, knowing that my husband went to prison for what he didn't do. My daddy went to prison. How are they able to cope?
Well, my two daughters, when I left, imagine, so you have two daughters. You enter this door. One was 2 and the other one was 1.
Oh my God.
Then you come back again, and one now is 15 and the other is 14. So it's a lot of a change to them. I was not there for them in high school. I was not there for them when they went to middle school, elementary school. I was not there when they had their first immunization shot. I was not there when they first drew their first drawing. I was not there when they saw the world, when they went to the fair, when they played and went to outside restaurant. I liked and they liked the food. I was not there for none of that. But I was there with them mentally. I was there with them, emotionally, because my wife made sure that she would document every moment of their lives and send it to me through the mail. When I was in prison, I had thousands of pictures of my two daughters, my wife, and the rest of my family. My wife made sure that every moment of their life was documented. I got out of prison and I had that many pictures of my two daughters as they grow up. Like today, we sit down and they say, Baba Yasser, well, check this out. You see this picture? This when I was, and I tell her, I saw it. Oh, you saw that one? I say, yes. This picture was with me when I was in jail. And I showed it to my roommates. I showed it to my other inmates. One time, I happened to be talking to two of my daughters, and one of my friends called me on an illegal phone from prison in America. So he said, yes, Yasser, what's up? I said, man, I'm glad you talked. I have my two daughters here. They want to say hello. And he knew all of them, and he started telling them stories. They were surprised. Damn, Dad, how did he know? I said, he knows because he's my friend. And as you grew up, I'm watching you. He was my roommate, and he saw you, and I used to tell him stories. So, I was with them on every step of the road. Not physically, but I was with them, on every other aspect.
That means you had a supportive wife. Because if you didn't, it would be rare. And I believe there was trust between both of you. Because someone who didn't trust you, she wouldn't go that extra mile of sending pictures and then telling them positive things about their dad. I'm so happy about that. And so please, I hope you're learning a lesson from that. See someone being in prison or whatever, is not the time to write those people off, okay? You cannot tell the story. Don't know what...
They should be with you in thick and thin. Thick and thin. And my wife was with me through thick and thin.
Yes, that's good. She deserves a lot. All right. So we want to hear from you now, from all the experiences you've gathered, being in the prison and all that. Will you advise a student going to the USA to study, to start up a business? And what advice will you give to such a person?
Okay, so if you want to open a business, if you want to go to the States of America, go. If you're looking for a higher, it depends where you are.
Okay.
Will you be better off going to the States of America? Then go.
Okay.
If you think you're going to be worse off, don't go. Let's say, for example, you want to go for higher education and you went to the States of America, then make sure that's your number one goal. Do not veer off. I veered off. I started opening up businesses. I became vulnerable to other people. I became vulnerable to competition. I became a competition to other people. Imagine, so I have this huge cafe in Florida who happened to be the largest on the whole East Coast.
Wow.
That brought jealousy from other cafes. Imagine other cafes started planting problems in my cafe. One time they brought a whole gang to come inside and smash everything.
Oh my God.
Another time they came and deliberately broke all the water pipes in the bathrooms. So because of jealousy, this guy taking all the money. This is a huge place. This guy taking all the money and we are having a hard time here. So let's make a way where this shop shut down. To the point they hired, this is true story, my competitions hired females to work for me, apply for a job. When they work for me, while they are working for me, they tell the customers, don't come here. This place stink. This place no good. This place, the kitchen is something else. Oh, no. If you guys want to, go that place. And they kept doing the same thing. I didn't know. I was in the dark. I was thinking that everything was well. I was not, that lifestyle was not me. I would not go and just plot on others. Okay, let me see how I can shut them down. That's not my life. That's not who I am. I'm with fair competition and may the best win. I don't do crazy stuff to shut you down. But others were willing to do the extra mile, to do all crazy stuff to shut you down. So instead of they make 500 a day, they will make 3,000 a day. Because you being there, they are not making that much because all the money is coming to you now. I said, well, it's fair competition. This is the United States of America, supposedly the land of opportunity. And here is the opportunity. I'm sorry that I came big. I'm sorry I came big and I came with a lot of money and I opened up something big and I started taking all the customers from you. But don't hate me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yes? No? Maybe. Hate the game. Don't hate me. But they were not fine with that. So my advice is, if you go into school, keep your ass in school. If you go for business, then come strong. Then go lean and mean, and may the best win. But get ready because there will be competition, and they will use all the dirty tricks in the book to harm you. I know friends. I was in Florida. I know friends from Texas, Waco, Texas, came down to the point where they started shooting at each other. The much hate. He owned the club. This guy owned the club. This guy, getting all the customers from the other guy. The other guy got a lot of. He ended up shooting in the parking lot. He is ready to take your life. Oh my God. So if you're ready for all that, go for it. If you say, okay, I'm just going to go and open up a gas station, a corner store in the neighborhood or whatever, go. But also there is risk. Somebody will come drunk. They want to rob you. They think, oh, this African came or this Arab came and he want to take our money. He might want to rob you. He might want to get slick on you and all crazy stuff. The government might plot against you. Come here, boy. You pay taxes or not? So you have to, if you go to work there and get businesses, be careful. Don't go if you want to, but be careful. I'm telling you from experience.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's a dog eat dog world over there in the States. It's not mom over here and pop over here, and this guy got a small shop over here, or this guy got a kiosk over here. No, it's a serious business.
It's serious business, guys. So I want to know, I know you published a book on this. Can we know about your book? Do you mind telling us about your book?
Well, when I was in prison, one of the good things, I did was to make sure that my time does not go to waste. So I spent 13 years in prison, but I was able to write 26 books.
What?
Yeah, and academic books, as a matter of fact. They're not just a story I want to write. So I wrote a couple of books about politics. I wrote a couple of books about comparative religion. Not comparing to religions, it's called comparative religion. That's a discipline they teach in religion schools.
Okay.
I never went to school for religion, but I like the subject. I went to school, I was a PhD in political philosophy. I obtained my master's degree from Boston College, also in political philosophy. I was doing my PhD on an English philosopher by the name of Thomas Hobbes. But comparative religion was my passion. So I did a few books while in prison about that subject. I wrote stories about prison, because that's my specialty at the time. They say you need 10,000 hours to become specialized on a subject. Well, I had 10,000 days plus in prison, so I am very specialized in prison and everything else, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up writing at least 6-7 books about American prisons, both in English and in Arabic. I wrote about American prisons. I wrote about the most notorious gang in the world, who happened to be a lot involved in prison, called the MS-13, Mara Salvatrucha, from Central America. I call them the Traces. I wrote books about comparative religion, politics, the United States policy in the Middle East towards Arabs and Muslims. And I wrote a few scripts for movies.
Okay.
I wrote a few scripts for the theater. So I have at least 26 books, 9 of which are published already in Arabic. And by the way, making good money.
Mr. Yassa. It's so good to know all of this. So amazing. As in, what baffles me so much was your courage. I don't know. That's amazing spirit is something worth it. Is something worth having. So far, we thank you for this interview.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love Kuwait. Okay, one of the things that Kuwait government, Kuwait leaders, you all love yourselves. You made mention of coming back and you became a celebrity. It's not normal with other nations. Let me say, I know when the outbreak of COVID-19 last year, that was 2019, how the Kuwait government left and brought their citizens in to treat them well. That's a perfect thing, and they care about their citizens. So someone watching this may feel you're talking because you're Kuwaiti. That's why. Me that is in this place, this is what we are going through. I want you to give advice to people, let's say both families and even the leaders, how they should treat their ex-convicts. Because I know these are humans, you have feelings, People may be depressed and all that. What advice do you have? I know you received that treatment, so.
You don't have to be Kuwaiti to make it back to the top. All due respect to the Kuwaiti government, I did not receive a penny from the government yet. I still owe the government money, by the way, for the scholarship, and they want their money, by the way. So don't think, I got it in a silver, spoon in my No. I can tell you that I earned everything myself because of my courage, because of my bravery, because of my loved ones, and the 100 support they are giving me.
Yeah.
You do not have to be a Kuwaiti to make it back to the top if you are a believer. If you are a believer and believe in the Old Testament and the stories in the Old Testament, there is the story of Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph was not a Kuwaiti.
Yeah,
He was not from the Gulf.
Sure.
His family did not have oil,
Sure.
did not have assets in London, did not have investments in the United States of America, did not have no sovereign fund. As a matter of fact, he had 10, 11, 12, 13 brothers with him. Dad that was blind. They were, poor people from the land far away from Egypt. And, every day his dad was crying about him. He was in prison for a while. And Joseph, when he made a comeback, he became on top of everything.
Yeah, sure.
Did not have to be a Kuwaiti,
Sure,
not
sure,
have to be rich.
sure.
His family was so, if you believe the Old Testament stories, his family was poor. Every year they used to go to Egypt to do the barley, to bring goods and get, worth of it, in exchange.
Trade by butter, like that.
Yes, and dad, told them, okay, They say, bring this little kid, so we make sure that we get extra, blah 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 blah, blah. And the rest is history.
Yeah, sure.
But Joseph belonged to the most poorest people,
Yeah, sure.
family, and he made it back on top, and he became the right-hand man, or
It's true.
the minister of finance of one of the greatest empires at the time, by the name of the Egyptians.
Yeah, yeah.
So if Yasser Albahri can make it without the help of the government, mark this down, without the help of the Kuwaiti government, they still want their money from me, by the way. They still do owe us money. If I could do it,
You can.
you can too. You're in Nigeria, you're in anywhere, you can still make
You
it.
can still make it. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That was a great point. And I think you kind of have the same spirit with Joseph. He saw his brother's treatment as a stepping stone for him, that God sent him there for a purpose. Okay, so the area of stigmatizing people who are out of prison, that shouldn't be a good thing. I don't think it's the right thing to stigmatize people that come out from prison. You didn't experience that, so I don't know if you have any advice for people who are keen to stigmatize.
Well, there was this officer, was an officer with us in prison, and he had a saying always, and he always used to amuse us. He said, listen, man, I am no better than you. The officer would tell the inmate, he said, I am no better than you. As a matter of fact, I might even be worse than you.
Oh my
The
God.
only difference between you and I, that I still do what I do and I didn't get caught while you got caught. So when you come out of prison, you look at the rest of the world and you say, you are no better than me either. You have a lot of skeletons in your closet too. You just have not been caught yet. So I pray to Allah, God, whatever you want to call him, that you don't get caught either. Because when you go to prison, I don't think you're going to make it out of there. I made it out at least. You are not going to make it out. So when you take that, and I think you will be a winner with that one. That's a good comeback, huh?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this. I hope you got value from this, because I really did. His life is a challenging one. It's so amazing, and the confidence that he has in himself. And he's just starting. You can imagine being in the prison, and he didn't just stay there, lavishing away, thinking of doing evil. He has given advice on that. Don't say because I was accused, let me now go and become the real, armed robber like that. Or and even before a young lady, people misunderstand you. Maybe from your dressing, they call you a prostitute, and you now feel, okay, because they do this, let me go and do that. No. That's what Mr. Hazza is trying to advise us. Don't allow the situation that you find yourself in to define you. Rewrite your story. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. Mr. Hazza, give our audience your last shout outs.
Goodbye and good luck. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to P-Love
TV. Please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Bye.
Have a good day.